Under the bright lights of fame, Justin Bieber stood as one of the most recognized faces on the planet, yet behind every camera flash and screaming crowd was a young man still trying to understand what love really meant. His heart, though adored by millions, carried memories of pain, confusion, and devotion. For years, Justin's name had been tied to one woman, Selena Gomez. Their love story was like a movie filled with highs that touched the stars and lows that brought them both to tears. When they were together, the world watched. When they fell apart, the world judged. But no one really knew what went on between those two hearts. Their bond was magnetic, passionate, fiery, and unforgettable. They were young, reckless, and deeply in love, but fame often turned their relationship into a public battlefield. Every breakup, every reunion became breaking news, leaving both of them emotionally exhausted. When their relationship finally ended, it wasn't because the love disappeared, it was because they had become different people. Justin was searching for peace and faith, while Selena was learning to heal from the chaos that fame brought into her life. Both had to walk away to rediscover themselves. And then came Hailey Baldwin, a woman Justin had known for years. She entered his life quietly, without noise or headlines, but with something Justin hadn't felt in a long time: peace. Hailey didn't chase his fame, she cared for the man behind the music. Their friendship slowly turned into something deeper. In Hailey's calm presence, Justin found comfort. She understood his pain, his need for space, and his desire to be better than his past. She didn't try to fix him, she simply loved him as he was. When Justin proposed to Hailey, it shocked the world. People said he moved on too fast, that he still loved Selena, but Justin knew what his heart wanted: stability, truth, and a love that healed instead of hurt. Hailey represented a new beginning, a second chance at happiness. Still, the ghosts of the past didn't disappear easily. Songs he once wrote for Selena resurfaced in fans' hearts. Old photos trended again. Every time Justin released a new song, people dissected the lyrics, asking, is this about Selena or Hailey? The comparisons weighed on him. He loved Hailey deeply, yet a part of him would always respect and care for Selena. He couldn't erase years of shared memories. It wasn't about choosing one over the other, it was about understanding how both had shaped him. Hailey, strong and patient, sometimes struggled in silence. She knew that being Justin's wife came with endless public pressure. Every post she made was analyzed, every smile compared to Selena's, yet she stayed grounded, focusing on their faith and marriage. Justin often opened up to Hailey about his guilt and confusion. He admitted that parts of his past still lingered, not out of love, but out of nostalgia. Hailey didn't turn away. Instead, she reminded him that healing is a process, not a switch you can flip. Through music, Justin found his voice again. Albums like Changes and Justice became emotional journals, expressions of love, regret, and redemption. Fans could feel his honesty, and though the media speculated those songs were simply his way of making peace with the past. Selena too moved on with grace. She released songs about self-worth and healing, showing the world that love doesn't have to end in bitterness. Both Justin and Selena had matured. Their love story no longer defined them, it had simply shaped who they became. Yet sometimes when Justin looked back at old photos or heard her voice on the radio, he felt a quiet ache, not because he wanted her back, but because she was once a part of his soul's journey. Some people remain chapters in your heart forever. With Hailey, Justin learned what it meant to build love slowly. They prayed together, traveled together, and grew stronger through every challenge. She became not just his wife, but his best friend, the one who stood by him when the world turned its back. But being stuck in the middle of love wasn't about indecision for Justin. It was about the battle between memory and reality, between what was and what is. He had to learn to love without guilt, to appreciate the past without letting it control the present.
In interviews, Justin began speaking about mental health and emotional honesty. He wanted people to understand that love isn't perfect, and neither was he. It takes growth, forgiveness, and faith to truly move forward.
The world slowly began to see him not as a pop star in a love triangle, but as a man learning to balance fame and emotion. Hailey's unwavering support helped him become more grounded, while Selena's past love reminded him of how far he had come. Now when Justin performs on stage, his songs carry a deeper message. They're not about who he loved, but about what he learned. Every lyric, every melody tells the story of a man who survived heartbreak, fame, and confusion and still chose love. In the end, Justin Bieber realized he was never truly stuck. Love had always surrounded him, in his wife's devotion, in his fans' support, and even in the memories of his past. Because being stuck in the middle of love was never a trap, it was a journey that led him home. Months turned into years, and Justin Bieber continued to grow into the man he always wanted to be. He learned to appreciate silence, to take a step back from the noise, and to find beauty in small things: a quiet morning with Hailey, a walk by the ocean, or a prayer shared before bedtime. Those moments grounded him more than fame ever could. Hailey by his side became more than just his partner. She was his anchor. Whenever he felt lost in the shadows of his past, she reminded him of the light they had built together. Her patience and unwavering belief in him gave Justin the strength to keep moving forward no matter what the world said. But even in peace, the whispers never stopped. Social media remained relentless. Fans dissected every look, every lyric, every song drop. When Justin posted a throwback photo or released a song with emotional depth, people speculated endlessly: is he missing Selena? They'd ask, but only Justin knew the truth behind those moments. In reality, he didn't miss her in the way people thought he missed what they once represented: two young souls chasing dreams, navigating fame, and learning about love under pressure. Selena would always be a meaningful part of his story, but he had learned to let go with gratitude, not regret. Hailey understood this. She never tried to erase Justin's past. She accepted it as part of who he was, and that acceptance made their love even stronger. Together, they turned judgment into motivation, proving that true love doesn't need approval, just faith and loyalty. One night, while working late in his studio, Justin wrote a song that would never be released. It wasn't for the world, it was for himself. The lyrics spoke of forgiveness, healing, and the beauty of growing beyond heartbreak. It was a goodbye to the boy he once was and a promise to the man he was becoming. Hailey found him that night sitting quietly with his guitar in hand. She didn't say much, she didn't need to. She just sat beside him, resting her head on his shoulder. That moment said everything. Love isn't about words, it's about presence. And in that silence, Justin realized he wasn't stuck anymore, he was finally free. As the years passed, Justin's relationship with Hailey became a model of modern love, honest, real, and unfiltered. They faced challenges, of course. Fame tested them, rumors tried to divide them, but they fought for their marriage with faith, prayer, and mutual respect. Selena too found her peace from afar. She supported Justin's growth, understanding that their story had served its purpose. There was no bitterness, only mutual respect. Sometimes the truest form of love is wishing someone well even if they're no longer yours. Justin often spoke about how God had guided him through every storm. He knew that every heartbreak, every mistake, and every headline had led him to this moment, to a life filled with grace. Hailey wasn't his escape from pain, she was the reward that came after surviving it. Through everything, Justin's message to his fans became clearer: love is not about possession, it's about growth, it's about learning, forgiving, and moving forward. He wanted his story to show that even when life feels complicated, love can still be pure and powerful. In the end, Justin realized that being stuck in the middle of love wasn't a curse, it was a blessing. It taught him the difference between temporary emotion and eternal connection. He carried the lessons of his past, the strength of his present, and the hope of his future, proving that real love, no matter how tested, always finds its way home.